mean, congratulations are in order to Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian Fundora is now the WBO and the WBC Junior Middleweight Champion. Good comeback story for him. After being brutally knocked out by Mendoza to come back and defeat Tszyu, a up and coming guy that everybody was starting to rally behind. I'm not gonna sit up there and say, well, if Tszyu wouldn't have got cut, um, that would have made the difference in the fight. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna do that today. You can make an argument, could say the cut played a key role in Tim Zoo's performance. But at the end of the day, Sebastian Fundora, he was busted up too, and he fought through it. Uh, using his reach. He was a tall fighter, and he supposedly fought tall. He used his reach. He threw nice combos. He just outworked Tim Tszyu in the second half of the fight. Tim Tszyu was strictly relying on one punch to try to get Fundora out of there. Now Tim Tszyu was landing some hard shots. That overhand right was there for him all night, but he just couldn't get Fundora out of there. Fundora was able to take it. And Tim Tszyu at times would land some nice body shots, but due to the fact that he was cut and he couldn't see out of one eye, it is what it is. But that's boxing. That's the risk you take when the bell rings. There is a possibility that you get cut. You can fight through it. Hey, Tim Tszyu had the option to say, hey, in the third round when they was considering stopping the fight, he should have just said, "Hey, I can't go." They could have stopped the fight. Then he would have uh, been able to run it back or just move on. But nevertheless, now Tim Tszyu is no longer a undefeated fighter. You know, so that's just basically it. I'm not gonna sit up here and hate on Fundora. The man won. He's a champion. I am gonna talk about what I saw afterwards. We all know the fix is in. We all know the fix is in, and I'm definitely gonna talk about that in the next. And Errol Spence looked like he about, and I'm just gonna say it. Listen, y'all already know I don't work for nobody, and I don't have to watch what I say. Errol Spence looked like he pushing 200 pounds. Errol Spence clearly ain't in boxing shape, but at the end of the day, that's the PBC for you. Them and their antics. The fix was in, but I'll talk about that in another video. I thought Fundora boxed. He boxed very well. He boxed very well. Um, he kept Tim Tszyu at the end of his jab, and then he landed some great shots. I think Fundora should have tried to throw an uppercut a little bit more. I think he should have tried to fight Tim Tszyu on the inside a little bit more than what he did. But at the end of the day, he was scared. I ain't gonna say scared. He was worried about getting caught with something. But at the end of the day, he was able to fight through Tim Tszyu's best shots. So I think he should have tried to fight on the inside a little bit more. The fight was very close. I think Fundora closed it out. I had 7-5 for Fundora, or maybe maybe 7-7, 7-4, and then maybe one even. But I thought Fundora did enough to win the fight. I wouldn't have been surprised if they had gave it to Tim Tszyu. I wouldn't have been screaming bloody murder because, like I said, it always comes down to what the judges are looking for. Those big shots that Tim Tszyu was standing out, but Fundora was able to stay in rhythm. He didn't let neither guy like pulled away. Both of these guys executed the offense best of their abilities to at least keep it a close and competitive fight. Bloody mess to be exact. So, we got to give Fundora his credit. I'm not going to sit up here and do what everybody else do, make excuses. Fundora won. He bounced back. He's a champion. So, but like I said, like I said before, We'll see what happens. And Roly, oh my God, Roly, that fight went exactly how I thought it would go too. Listen, Roly shouldn't have been no champion anyway. Roly lost to a dude that was my age. Just goes to show y'all youngsters, some of us old dudes out there be ready. We stay ready. So we don't have to get ready. So you know what I'm saying? That should be a lesson. Don't underestimate us OGs, because some of us still with it though. Cause that dude is that Roly got beat up by a dude that was 50 years old. What's up, Mark? Well, Leonard Ellaby, aka Sir Nose, still talking this baloney about, Errol Spence is a star, man. He's a bigger star than man. I can guarantee you Terrence Crawford is more recognizable than Errol Spence. You know, I mean, Earl Spence need to stop eating that less barbecue. Errol Spence looked like he been eating too many of them oxtail Texas in every way. He looked like he been getting his special orders from Les. So because Errol looked real big. Nah, I think Cruz is gonna wait around and see what happens with some of the other dudes. Now the problem is with Cruz, you got Tiafimo Lopez, that's a top ranked fighter. You got Devin Haney. He is um he's a promotional free agent, but he works with Matchroom. And then you got Sulio Matias, who who is with Matchroom. Now, here's the thing. Since the PBC like to play them games, I would freeze Cruz out. But I don't like to say that kind of stuff, but I know they doing it to Bud. So, but Cruz, I mean, at the end of the day, is a good Cruz is a good fighter. I mean, he gave Tank all he can handle. He got a ironclad chin. One thing about him, he keeps coming. And to a certain degree, if you can actually box, he's gonna present opportunities for you to hit him because he keeps coming. And then he's short and then he has to overextend sometimes. If you a real smart boxer, the thing is when you fight when you fight a guy like Pitbull Cruz, you gonna have to you know he's gonna have a heavy engine running. So you just gonna have to brace yourself to go 12 tough rounds. I think what he does is he overwhelms you because it's like, man, I'm hitting this dude with everything and he just won't go down. Well, with that guy, you just gonna have to be prepared for a tough, gritty fight because that's what he's going to make it. If you basically succumb to his pressure, and if he smells that you start to succumb to his pressure, then he's gonna keep applying more pressure till he gets you up out of there. So whoever fights Pitbull Cruz, you just better be prepared. You better be prepared for 12 tough rounds. You might not knock him out, but you better be ready to like try to outbox him and go to war with him because he's going to keep coming. He's going to. So at the end of the day, yeah, he's going to keep coming and he's going to have the opportunity to basically knock you out, but it's going to be plenty of opportunity to counter him and hit him because Pitbull ain't the best defensive fighter in the world. His offense is his defense, and his defense is his offense. Trust me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a good weekend. It was a good weekend. Arizona was lit. That Diamond Desert Arena, the area where it's in, because it's right across the street. I'm talking about the stadium where the Cardinals play at is walking distance. It's pretty much right across the street. And it's a nice little shopping area. The whole little area is like a nice little shopping area. And shout out to Oscar Valdez. Shout out to Sinicia Estrada. Roly. I hate to say this, y'all. Roly, I don't want to say the dude is hot garbage, but Roly, he just ain't that good. Now, he'll give you a great interview. I think Roly is a guy that should like look into getting into commentating because I don't see Roly being able to beat none of those. Roly wouldn't have been able to beat none of those dudes. He would have got destroyed by Devin Haney. He would have got the hell beat out of him by Matias. He would have got the hell beat out of him by Lopez. You just seen him get beat up by Cruz. So you just have to keep it. You have to keep it a buck with Roelly. Roelly, he's a good talker, but he's a better talker than he is fighter, and that's just the bottom line. And it's no knock on him, but I mean, can we? I mean, damn, man, can we be honest? Can we be honest? That's all I'm saying. Well, I'm gonna speak on that in the next. I'm gonna speak on that in the next live. Like I said, Errol Spence don't even look like he in fight shape. Errol Spence look like he about like maybe 200 pounds. And if anybody say otherwise, then they just Errol Spence butt boy as usual. And that's what they like. These dudes really celebrating the fact that Errol Spence is really gonna jump the line and get a shot at Fundora when basically Errol Spence, and this you can make an argument Fundora didn't have no business getting no title shots. Fundora got stopped. And Errol Spence got stopped in his last fight, but yet here it is. Errol Spence may be getting the title shot over Terrence Crawford, the dude that beat the living crap out of Errol Spence. But that's boxing for you. That's politics for you. That's politics, and that's your guy Al Heyman. That's your soul brother number one, Al Heyman, who constantly screw over brothers. And then Roelly was talking about he had knocked out Errol Spence. And it was funny, man. I told Bill when me and Bill was talking, and we was like going down the list of who Devin could get in the ring with. This was about a year ago, and Bill's like, man, we ain't fighting Roelly. Roelly is hot garbage. Roelly is trash water, and I just started dying laughing. And like I said, Roelly, he give good interviews. He give great interviews, but damn, Roelly has. When I say Roelly has no defense, hey, hey, wait a minute, Vegas Mark. Don't be surprised if Fundora does the unthinkable, man. He got a chance against Spence. He got a chance against Spence. But as y'all can see, the PBC went full blown WWE. They got Aerosmith getting in the ring, a dude who got the hell beat out of him by Terrence Crawford. I mean, and Fundora got knocked out in his last fight. So I mean that's the PBC for you. They just don't get. I mean, they don't even try to hide the politics that they. They don't even try to hide the politics that they practice. But I guess they figure if they could hurry up and get Errol Spence back in the ring versus Fundora, right? And let me tell you what's gonna happen. Errol Spence gonna try to do the same stuff again if he somehow fight Fundora. But they talking about they may give up the belts. Now I'm gonna see if Fundora gonna give up the belts, but Zoo has a clause in the contract according to um according to his contract. He said he has a rematch clause. That's what the broadcaster said that was doing the broadcast and said that they found out that Zoo has a rematch clause. We'll just have to see. And by the way, I don't know who those people was. Well, I don't know who the lady was, the Hispanic lady that was doing the commentary and doing the interviews. She was trying to come across as acting like she was a Hispanic Larry Burton because she shouldn't have asked um she shouldn't have made it too personal when she did the post fight interview with Cruz when she was saying that Roly was running and all that kind of stuff. Cause it's like you ain't been there long enough. I don't know who she is. I don't know who she is. Nice looking lady and all, but still, at the end of the day, you got to keep it professional. You can't keep it. You can't get too emotionally invested. Obviously, she probably Mexican or something. So but I just was watching her, and I was like, wait a minute, she getting a little too personal and unprofessional. Boots, Terrence Crawford is moving up to 154 in all likelihood. I don't see once again, Jerron Ennis ain't no big fight. Terrence Crawford is at the end of, you know what I'm saying? I think Crawford should consider retiring. Not because he don't have nothing left in the tank. It's just because of the politics that's just involved where people be trying to freeze him out and stuff. You know, they just got too much BS that I just don't like, and it just got to be said. They trying to freeze him out again, and I can tell you right now. Um, I can tell you right now, a Errol Spence rematch at 154 ain't gonna be no different. Errol Spence gonna get his ass whooped again. He gonna get his ass whooped even worse. 154 ain't gonna make no difference. Errol Spence just can't beat Terrence Crawford. Bud is the better fighter, and that's just the bottom line. He just, if that's what they trying to do, they just setting it up for another ass whooping via, Terrence Crawford at the expense of Errol Spence. And that's just pretty much the bottom line. And people just, the Errol Spence fans is finna come out of nowhere. You know, you know, um, that black Dr. Evil looking dude, he probably finna start bumping his gums and stuff. But that's what's probably about to happen. And once again, financially, nobody cares about an Errol Spence Terrence Crawford rematch. Nobody. Nobody. The only people that believe that a rematch is gonna be different is those diehard Errol Spence fans, and you know who they are. I'm cool with some of them, but they in denial about what's gonna happen in a rematch. Errol Spence gonna get his ass whooped in 4 rounds instead of the 9 he got whooped in the last fight, and that's just gonna be the bottom line. Bud is gonna make easier work of Errol Spence. You know, so that's just pretty much it, and that's how I see. I mean, it's a mute point. I mean, like I said before. Okay, Errol Spence Terrence Crawford rematch would have been as relevant as a Mike Tyson Lennox Lewis rematch. Who wanted to see a Mike Tyson Lennox Lewis too when the fight was just so one sided? I mean, Lennox Lewis dominated Mike Tyson from beginning to end, pretty much. You can make an argument that Mike Tyson won the first round, but then afterwards it was just a clinic. Lennox Lewis put on a clinic. So, like I said before, who would be interested in seeing that again? Oh, Fotex, that's cold blooded. Well, the WBC has ordered the winner of that fight to fight Terrence Crawford. Let's see what happens. Fundora should be to me. Fundora should be a damn heavyweight. That dude is 6'6". That dude is 6'6". Like the average middleweight, average junior middleweight usually ain't no taller than 5'10". This dude is like 6'6". This dude should, I mean, he actually should be a point guard. He actually should be a point guard for the for the Golden State Warriors. Well, the winner is supposed to get the WBO ordered the winner of that fight to start negotiations with Terrence Crawford. Now we're gonna see what happens. We gonna see what happens. We gonna see what happens. Remember, they said they had what, a week? They had a week. Now what happens is, in all likelihood, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Um, in all likelihood, what happens, let's just say for entertainment purposes, Fundora does vacate the WBO. More than likely, more than likely, either two scenarios could happen. They could elevate Terrence Crawford to WBO WBO champion, and then they could order. Now, I didn't like the fact that Tszyu said he'll fight Terrence Crawford after the fact that he lost, when you was hearing about his team possibly saying that they would fight Spence. But the WBO could order something like that. The WBO could say, okay, well, Terrence Crawford, we're going to elevate Terrence Crawford to WBO junior middleweight champion. And then Terrence Crawford has to fight Tszyu. So something like that could happen. It just comes down to what the WBO is going to order, and what's going to happen in the next couple of days, the next week. Hey Bleak, you don't get mad at me. Errol Spence did it, like, look, dude, the fix was in. The fix was in. When I saw Errol Spence in the ring, they already got this planned. They already told Errol Spence to get in the ring and challenge for the straps, which in all likelihood it'll be the WBC. I know the winner is supposed to fight Bud next, but that don't mean they gonna that don't mean they gonna fight Bud. They already was talking about that they was gonna give up the strap. They already was talking about, oh, they may vacate, and then Fundora, he just keeps the WBC. And then, see, this is what I'll be saying about the WBC. This is why every time that's why I'll be telling y'all, don't ask me to talk to Mauricio Solobon no more, because he does this all the time. He gonna change it. He gonna tell you one thing, he gonna do another. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? If I see him and ask him, we're gonna demand that Sebastian Fundora fight Terrence Crawford. Then next thing you know, he'll say, "Oh no, what I meant to say was we told him to fight Fundora. We told him to fight Terrence Crawford after the Errol Spence fight, because Errol Spence. Watch, I know he go. I don't pay Mauricio Sullivan any mind no more. That's why I kept telling y'all, don't ask me to interview that dude no more." If Tank go up to 140 and fight Cruz, that's a scenario too. That's out there too. That's out there too. But then what's gonna happen is they're gonna ask Tank to unify. Then he gonna be like, Tank is a star, man. Tank don't have to fight nobody, man. Tank don't have to fight those guys. Cause he can sell out of arenas. Man, Tank, man, listen to man, Tank can fight Dr. Zeus in the arena and sell out. And don't be surprised if they try to set up a fight with Dr. Zeus. That I'm telling you that. Watch. that's yeah, Tank, man. man, let me tell you something. Tank don't take no orders. Tank fights whoever he want to fight, man. Like I said, man, Tank fight whoever, cause he a star, man. He sell out arenas, man. Like it don't matter who take they like they said, it don't matter who take fight, cause he gonna sell out the arena. Okay, he gonna eventually, like man. Let me tell you, watch, man. We setting up a fight with Tank, man. Let me tell you something. Tank gonna fight Jake from State Farm, man, and he gonna defeat him, and people gonna come see it, cause Tank is a star, man. Tank is a star. He sell out arenas. What is you talking about? The New York Times. What is you talking about? Ain't nobody wrote no article about me. No, but I'm just saying that's just basically what's gonna happen. Listen, PBC is all about like protecting their stars, record as much as possible. At the end of the day, I can tell you right now, they won't be no. I highly doubt it if there'll be a Terrence Crawford Errol Spence rematch anytime soon, because one, like I said, nobody wants to see it. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea. In all likelihood, that would be a good scenario. That would be a good scenario, but that's not gonna happen. That's just not how boxing works no more because um unfortunately, well, you've been seeing these promotional companies loosen up a little bit because you've been seeing Top Rank making fights with Matchroom, Matchroom making fights with Top Rank making fights with Golden Boy because the woman that Estrada fought last night, she's a Golden Boy fighter now. Oscar, he wasn't there. Oscar wasn't there because we were looking for him. But at the end of the day, that was a good fight. I thought Sinisa pulled it off. I thought it was a good fight. It could once again it could have went either way, but the people booing like it was a robbery, that's not that's not factual and that's not correct. Wasn't even remotely close to being not not even remotely close to being a robbery. It was just a close fight, and Sanisa she won, and that's just pretty much it. I gotta load that footage. Um, Here we go, trolls. Let me get rid of this person. Get rid of these. Hey, y'all, get rid of these trolls, man, because I don't got time for people coming on my channel. Let me tell you what it is. A lot of these people, these are people that saw me on other outlets voicing my opinion. So now they coming on my channel trying to troll me. Don't fuck with me on my live streams. And I'm actually nicely, don't come on my channel like trying to interrupt my streams. I'm gonna only ask you this stuff once. Don't come on here with that. Real talk. I'm not I'm not a nice guy. So I'm asking you, don't come on here with that BS for real. But anyway, let us continue. Well, all I know is April the 20th can't come soon enough. I'm not gonna lie, I'm amped up for April the 20th, but I just hope that nothing stupid happens. I did an interview with Mark Kragle. I got a load. Y'all check out that Mikey Garcia interview. That Mikey Garcia interview was fire. Um, I tried to talk Mikey Garcia into coming back after we ended the interview, but he said, "I think Mikey Garcia is like working in law enforcement. He wouldn't." So, you know, I think Mikey Garcia is working in law enforcement. He wouldn't. I kind of wanted to ask him, but that's that could be kind of controversial. But Mikey Garcia, when when his career was stalled based off of what was going on with him and Top Rank, they said that Mikey Garcia completed the police academy. So, you know, he wouldn't say yay or nay. So, Devin going in there. Devin, from what I see, Devin is going in there. He sees something in Ryan where he sees that he could possibly stop Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia still haven't fixed some of the flaws that he's had from the amateurs that he's carried with him into the pros, and sometimes you just can't fix it. That's just the bottom line. No matter how much you try, sometimes you just can't fix it. And I just think Ryan Garcia is who he is. Ryan Garcia, like I told you guys many moons ago when I analyzed the Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather fight, that Manny Pacquiao had between 1 to 5 rounds at best to see could he make something happen. And if he wasn't able to make something happen, he just was gonna get picked apart, broke down, countered, and Floyd Mayweather was gonna cruise to an easy decision, which he pretty much did. I think the same thing I think the same thing for I think that the same thing is going to happen for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia already admitted that he's complacent with like trying to box. So I think what Ryan Garcia is going to do, Ryan Garcia is going to go in there. He's going to go in there the first 4 rounds. He's going to be very dangerous. He's going to try to go in there. He's going to try to hurt Devin, and he's going to try to knock him out. So Devin is going to have to. He's going to have to weather the storm, and I think Devin will be well equipped for what Ryan Garcia is going to come with, because I just think Ryan Garcia is going to go for broke. He's going to go in there and he's going to try to knock excuse me. He's going to go in there trying to knock um, Devin Haney out early in the fight, because if he doesn't, he'll be picked apart. Oh, if he can. Oh, Mark, I text Bill Haney, and I made that suggestion that Devin Haney wear like green gloves. So I made that suggestion. So who know? You know one thing about gloves though. Sometimes you have to go through the commission, and then Ryan Garcia's team have to approve the gloves. So yeah, it could be some. It could be a little bit of um. It could be a little bit of a issue, but if they allow it, then fine. You know what, Hamza, I suggested that too. I suggested that to Bill, because they would have a case with all the crazy stuff that Ryan Garcia has been saying. But like I said, when you want to wear gloves and stuff, sometimes like, either the opponent got to approve the commission and all that kind of stuff. So kind of like you got to go through some people to see what they allowed to happen. But I don't think it should be an issue. I think they should let them wear green gloves if they want to. But then sometimes what they can do is they can say, "Oh, well, the gloves is this kind of color green, and it can be for me and all that kind of stuff." And they just do that kind of stuff. And you just don't want to have any more red tape going into this fight than you already have. So we gotta see. We gotta see. But I did suggest that to them. Nah, he do got a case. 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 All right, you guys. So let me regroup. I'll be back in 20 minutes and then we gonna talk about what happened after the fight.